Hey guys, I'm Antonio with Elite Medical, and today I'm going to be sharing the two main types of filings that you'll typically encounter or have to decide upon as it relates to your work-related injury as a federal employee. And so you have your CA1, traumatic injury. You also have your CA2, occupational disease or occupational injury. And then there's also a CA2A, but we'll worry about that at a later time. So your CA1 traumatic injury is an injury that happens over the same, workday or work shift. Okay. Typically, you can pinpoint the time and location of your injury. And of course, this may be caused by some external forces, including stress or strain. So let's just say, I'm reaching for a box and I feel a pull or a sharp pain in my shoulder. Or I'm walking down some steps and I fall and I break my ankle. Or there's some external, third-party people or animals that come into the picture and cause me some physical harm, right? So some traumatic injury, same work day, work shift, I can pinpoint the time and location of the injury. A CA2 is an injury that happens over the course of time. So obviously extends past that work shift. This may be an overexertion. This may be caused by some repetitive motions that just continue to happen over and over again and cause an injury or cause a re-aggravation of an existing injury. So let's just say, for example, your job duty has you typing for 50 hours a week and you've been doing that for the last 20 years. And because of which, you've developed some injury or some pain in your arm or your wrist or your hand, or maybe even develop carpal tunnel. Or let's say you've been exposed to some fumes or some toxins over the course of time, and because of this has caused X, Y, and Z, right? So occupational disease is something that happens over the course of time. Now, a CA1 and a CA2, they both have some similar processes, but they also have some differences as well. And so when you look at a CA1, a couple things that stand out. Number one, a CA1, the burden of proof, we like to say, is on the employer. Meaning they're going to grant you the benefit of the doubt, usually, okay, unless your employer, proves that, hey, this injury did not happen at work or didn't happen the way the employee stated it, okay? So they want to grant you the temporary benefits. And if you think about it, it makes sense. If you have a traumatic injury, maybe it's an emergency and you need to go get immediate medical attention. And so Department of Labor wants to grant those benefits to you on a temporary basis so that you can seek that attention, maybe get some imaging or some diagnostics done to see exactly what's going on. And so the burden of proof, like I said, is on the employer. And in fact, when you file a CA1, your supervisor is supposed to give you a CA16, which allows you to take that and go seek any medical provider and be able to turn that in. And that's an important thing to note too. You have the right to seek any medical provider that you wish, okay? So that's your CA1. Now, on a timing standpoint, whether you're a CA1 or a CA2, you have 3 years from the date of injury to file, okay? Now, with that said, we suggest that you get in a timely manner. One of the restrictions as it relates to a CA1 in regards to time is you have 30 days, okay? You have to get your file in within 30 days to receive continuation of pay. So if you want to continue to get paid, if you have to miss time from your injury and be off from work, you want to make sure your filing is in within 30 days. Now, Department of Labor typically likes to render a decision in the 45-day range, okay? So they'll upgrade you if medical evidence and additional documents support that your injury needs to be accepted or open on a longer term basis. They try to make that decision within 45 days. A CA2, the process is a tad bit different, where the burden of proof, we like to say, is on the employee. So as the employee, you have to prove that, yes, in fact, this injury did occur at work and I've sustained this injury because of X, Y, and Z. And that can take, maybe 90 to 180 days to get that decision. And during that time, no benefits will be available, okay, until your claim is open and accepted and approved, okay? So you want to obviously make sure that you know the differences between your CA1, your CA2, and you are doing what is right for you. CA1 versus CA2, traumatic injury versus occupational disease.